Mario Borzaga was an Italian priest who was martyred in Laos alongside Thoj Xyooj Paj Lug, a young catechist. Mario was born in Italy in 1932 and raised in a deeply Catholic household. He felt a calling to the priesthood, but after attending a talk from a visiting missionary, he became determined to serve in a foreign mission. He was ordained in 1957, and he knew that his future as a missionary could be a dangerous one. After his ordination, he wrote the following words in his diary: "If Jesus has given me his love, I must give him love. If he has given me his blood, I must give him my blood. The Christ who has chosen me is the same who has given life and strength to the martyrs and the virgins. They were people like me, weak and fragile. I too am chosen for martyrdom." That same year, he volunteered to be part of a group of missionaries headed to Laos. He looked forward to working with the native people there, even though he knew that the country was in turmoil. The Vietnamese had recently invaded Laos, and they would try again within another couple years. Laos was also leading up to a civil war as well. After arriving in Laos, Mario had a huge learning curve. He not only had to learn the Laotian language, but survival skills like hunting, fishing, and construction as well. He struggled with the language in particular, writing in his diary saying, "My cross is myself. My cross is the language that I have not yet managed to learn. My cross is my shyness that keeps me from saying a single word in Laotian." Unfortunately, all of this work to learn Laotian would be in vain. After 1 year, he was sent to a new post in a Hmong village where none of the native population spoke Laotian. He then had to try to learn another language. At this post, he found himself working alone. He alone was responsible for all pastoral duties such as catechizing new Catholics, hearing confessions, and tending to the poor and the sick. Despite the huge workload, his diary shows that he tried at all times to remain a happy man. He was very musical and composed a Salve Regina in the Hmong language. His reputation as a kind and holy man drew catechists from nearby villages to live and study with him. One of his students later said, "He was very kind, smiling, handsome, and very open. He took good care of the sick and carefully watched over his catechist students who had come from other areas to study with him." One of these students was a young teenager named Thoj Xyooj Paj. He was the son of a local chief and was instrumental in translating conversations between Mario and the local people. In late April 1960, a group of Hmong people from a nearby village arrived and asked Mario if he would visit their homes. They lived a 3-day walk away. Mario agreed and planned a week-long journey that would allow him to visit multiple villages. He asked Paul to accompany him, and the young catechist agreed. This trip would be a dangerous one because patrols associated with the Vietnamese communists were roaming the area. On May 1st, Paul and Mario were ambushed by one of these patrols. The men in the patrol assumed that Mario was an American and they tied him up. Paul pleaded with them to release him, saying, "Don't kill him, he's not an American but an Italian, and he's a very good priest, very kind to everyone, he only does good things." The communists beat Paul to quiet him and then decided to kill both men. They made Paul and Mario dig their own grave, after which they were both shot. Paul died immediately, but Mario was still alive when the two were buried. After they were buried, their backpacks were searched. One of the killers later said, "We immediately covered them with dirt, then searched the American's backpack. There wasn't much, some beaded cords with 2 pieces of crossed iron, images of a radiant woman by herself or with a child, and pictures of a man with the heart outside." Mario and Paul were only 27 and 19 at the time of their deaths. Although he was so young, Mario was remembered as a fatherly figure by the catechist that he left behind. One of them said, "He had a kind heart and was very patient. He loved everyone. He loved me, and he is dead. I cried with flowing tears. Now I still think about him because he was like my father. I am sure that Paul and he are with God because these two had a very difficult road. Paul and Father are surely saints in heaven forever." Mario's diary was published after his death with the title "To Be a Happy Man." Both Mario and Paul were beatified in 2016 alongside other martyrs of Laos. Their collective feast day is December 16th.